Hey, you're listening to the Smoke Meat Podcast. This is Brad Pittman. I'm your host. Today's podcast is sponsored by Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia, in the bottom of the Lamar Building. Great food, great drinks, great company, great entertainment. Everybody just remember, I goes to Joe's, and so should you. Now today what I want to talk to is a little bit about the prepping for this virus that's going on. I call it panic prepping. Everybody knows that I've prepped a little bit over the years. Nothing crazy, I know I'm not prepping for the government to come after me because I know if the government wants me, they're going to come get me, period. Nothing I can do about that. That's fine, is what it is. I'm talking about real prepping, like for disasters like tornadoes, hurricanes, things like that, where things are going to be rough for a while. Kind of like this illness that's going around right now, the COVID-19. It's a serious thing, but people are getting really stupid with it. About a week ago, I took my daughter to meet my wife at work because they were going to go out of town for the weekend, and coming back in, I decided to stop at a little grocery store, grab some hot dogs for supper. I went in, got my hot dogs, no problem, but I wound up staying for over an hour just because I was laughing, watching people. Everybody was in there panic prepping. They had cases of water, they had toilet paper. You name it, they were getting it. Just not thinking of what they're getting. And it was funny, but it was also sad and scary at the same time. Because what these people were doing was just randomly hoarding and making it where other people couldn't get things. And that made it where everybody was even more panicked, so started buying other things. And it just kind of snowballs from there. When I went up to the register to pay for my hot dogs, I asked the lady, I said, "Are you tired of all this yet?" And she said, "These people don't understand we're getting another truck Monday." And it was Friday, One example, I decided to go over and see if they had a frozen pizza, what I could get. This couple came running up with their buggies and literally nearly slid sideways into the case. The lady on the phone screaming, "How many pizza rolls are we going to need? How many do you think we're going to need?" And grabbed all the pizza rolls. I'm like, really? And a friend of mine suggested an experiment. I thought about doing it, but I'm not going to add to this crap. I'm not going to. Just find the most mundane, stupid thing that they're overstocked on at the store. Be it Walmart, be it a grocery store, wherever. And just walk around with about 15 of them in your buggy. And walk around like that. And about 30 minutes later, walk and see how many of them are left. I guarantee it'll be empty. And I thought about doing that, but I can't contribute to the panic prepping. They're killing me with this. If everybody does this, and they're getting that stupid at the beginning of anything that's happening. Now, what makes me worry is that if things do get really bad or things do get really hard, what are these people going to resort to? Is it going to be where people are going out and trying to break into other people's houses to see what they got and take what they have? It's not necessary if everybody would just use their head. That's all I want everybody to do is use your head. Because I don't want to have to shoot someone over a damn can of corned beef. I don't want my kids to be here at home and somebody come in on them because they want to see what we've got or they want to take toilet paper, for God's sake. If everybody will do what they're supposed to, stay in and just use common sense, this thing will end and things will be back to fairly normal. Well, that's my 2 cents worth on the panic prepping thing. You've been listening to Smoke Meat. Once again, we're sponsored by Joe's Underground in Augusta, Georgia, at the corner of 8th and Broad. It is down at the bottom of the Lamar Building. I love going to Joe's. Hadn't been in a while. Need to get back to Augusta and go. This is one of my favorite places. You go in there and you feel like family automatically. You would almost expect them to yell your name when you walk in the door. It's wonderful. I want to thank them for sponsoring this podcast and supporting me. And everybody out there, stay smart and stay safe. You've been listening to the Smoke Meat Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. Peace.